Hello and welcome to Season 5 of the VeloTour. We're here at last to bring you the first race of the season, and that is Brugge to Panne. And we're just under 45 kilometers to go here with a leading group of 4. There's one chaser here, that's Ruslan Tamirzanov. And there is the peloton, 99 strong, flying across Belgium along the coast. And things get a bit windy in this classic, the crosswinds threatening to blow the race into pieces. So we'll see what happens inside the race finale. It's a flat course, should be good for the sprinters that make it all the way to the end. And a reminder that classics reorganized in Season 5. There's 21-day races divided into 4 cups based on terrain. So this is the first race of the Plains Cup, and that is the one for the sprinters. So the chase is on here, and the leading group of 4 is Fatima Alfala, Jerome Loiken, Moses Iwobi, and Dagoberto Pasquale. So none of the big favorites up in that group. And that's Tamirzanov, a strong rider who's bridging across, and he's putting a huge effort here because things are very windy right now, 49 kilometers per hour, and Tamirzanov is trying to push through it and get up to these leading 4. It's our first chance to see what the teams of the sprinters can do. There's a lot of fast riders in this season of the VeloTour. Superchak Charativat is back, he's on the Oldse team in the pink jerseys. Heinrich Kromer as well, he's on Hellenic Post. And Sofyan Jormuni, now the leader of his own team in the sprints after riding for Superchak last season, he is on the Peugeot team in the white and black jerseys. A few riders starting to get tailed off. This is what can happen in the crosswinds, the echelons form. And there is a split in the main field, and this is the Norma team that's managed by Drew. Those riders trying to get back on terms. A brief preview of the season. It looks like there's 4 teams that are considered contenders to win the overall team title. That's Oldse, NL, Hellenic Post, and Peugeot. So those 4 teams will be battling head to head, and the early season points will matter. There's more emphasis on the one-day races this season. But of course, there's always the Tour de France, the granddaddy of them all at the very end. Now 25 kilometers to ride. Tamirzanov has reached the breakaway, so now there's 5 riders out in front. They lead by just over a minute over the main field, Iwobi pushing them along. And here is the main field, looks like a few dozen riders still at the front. Hellenic Post, Peugeot, and Martini trying to mix things up. And Martini has a fast sprinter themselves, Roderick McNeil, a new rider in the VeloTour this season. Certainly a dominant force in the American amateur scene, and he's now made it up to the VeloTour. Tamirzanov dropped, paying for his big efforts. Here's Uday Baya. She was first team All-Pro as a domestique last season, won a couple of races. Now part of a contending team with Hellenic Post. But things have slowed down a little in the main field. With 20Ks to go, you can't give a move like this too much leeway. This breakaway of 4 still working well together. The teams represented in that break, T1 for Iwobi, Mercier for Pasquale, Sabic Royal for Alfala, and Moikin, I believe, rides for the Dyson team. The outside teams putting riders up front, and there's an attack from the peloton. Adrian Bernard of the NL team, and he's taken some riders with him. Lucas Venninger of Katusha, Tony Giorgio, and Florent Haas, I believe he's on the Martini team. So this is a very strong group of 4 powerful men on the flat, and they're trying to make a move and steal the race away. Peugeot having none of it. 3 riders sit to the front, Kostra, Valters, and Germudi, I think, the 3rd one in line. 3 very fast sprinters, strong on the flat. And Bernard attacks again, trying to bridge up to the leading group of 4. And these 4 breakaways, they've been in front all day, and still in with a chance, albeit a slim one with 10 kilometers to go. Their lead is still hovering around 1 minute, so things haven't changed much. Looks like Giorgio not able to maintain the pace, he might be getting dropped. This is Miroslav Kostra leading the chase, and the peloton reduced to just 42 riders. Crosswinds really blew things apart, and it seems that breakaway not able to work together. They've sat up, and And now we have a group of 50 flying towards the finish. Peugeot in control for now, but Coaster has just peeled off, and that leaves just Johnny Valters to take this all the way inside the Flamme Rouge. Chahzel in very good position. More riders getting tailed off from the field. So the sprinters who've sat in the wheels all day, those are the ones who are going to try and win the stage. McNeil is there as well, that's Kitetsu, she is the sprinter on the NL team. Germuni sat in the wheel of Johnny Valters. And that might be Heinrich Kromer there, just in the wheel of Superchalk Chahzel. So many of the fast riders from last season duking it out for a prestigious win to kick off Season 5. Under 2Ks to go, Chahzel will kick first. Inside the Flamme Rouge, it's a risky gamble to beat the lead out. Can Chahzel hold on? That's Germuni coming through the middle with McNeil on his right. And Sofiane Germuni of Peugeot takes the first win of the season. A fast finale in Brugge de Panne, and it goes to the Algerian sprinter Sofiane Germuni. McNeil in his VeloTour debut takes second place. Chahzel in third, Kitetsu fourth, and Heinrich Kromer there in fifth place. And you can see how things really split into pieces at the very end, the crosswinds sapping the strength out of those riders. It really was a team game today to get your sprinter there in good position, sheltering them from the win. And Peugeot did it best, they got Sofiane Germuni the victory. So now let's take a look at the complete standings. A reminder, the top 20 riders will score points. 500 points for first place, all the way down to 30 points for 20th. Germuni is the winner, followed by Broderick McNeil of Martini. Superchalk Chahzel of Once is third, Ishikawa Kitetsu fourth for NL. Fifth is Heinrich Kromer of Hellenic Post, and Sultan Al-Qatari of Sabic. Lucas Venninger of Katusha, one of the attackers. Casper Bosmans of NL 8th, Tobias Almond, another newcomer, is 9th for Hellenic Post, and Adrian Bernard 10th for NL. So a good day out for NL, getting 3 in the top 10. And a reminder that the cup standings are separate from the points you typically score in the VeloTour. Teams will score cup points based on their placings in the cup races. And just like you would see perhaps in Mario Kart, the team that has the most cup points at the end of each cup will score bonus points to their VeloTour total. So extra emphasis on the one-day races. So a quick look at the Plains Cup standings after the first race. NL in first, replacing many riders in the top 10, then Peugeot in second with 38 points, then Martini, Hellenic Post, and Once. Norma, Quebeca, Marseille, and T1 have some work to do. They were not up amongst it this time. And a quick look at the leaderboard after that first race, the team standings that we all care about. Peugeot in first place with 620 points, NL in second, then Martini third, Once fourth, and Hellenic Post in fifth. So the big four teams that we talked about heading into this season, they are all in the top 5 already, and we'll see how that shakes out going forward. Our next race will be the Omloop Het Nieuwsblad, the first race of the Flanders Cup, and a chance for the strong men and women of the Cobble Classics to make a big statement. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you for joining us for Season 5, and we'll see you next time for the Omloop.